I grew up in Maryville Precinct. Some of the best days of my entire life were as a child, living and growing here. But there are also many dangers that exist, and the reason we have brought you here today is to talk a little bit about those dangers and to give you some insights about life and life skills so that you can continue to grow and have a positive life. I can think about so many stories about issues that occur to kids who are out after late hours. Unfortunately, most of those kids are doing that first time event when they're at parties. They're having that first drink of alcohol. They're smoking marijuana for the first time. And unfortunately, what occurs after that usually becomes very negative processes in their life. We want you to have a positive life. We care about you. In fact, we care about you enough because we have invested our time and our energy for you. It is a time that you can take a moment to reflect on your own life and to reflect on exactly how you make decisions and how you work with peers and why you do what you do. And in doing so, we hope to change some behavior, especially what's I can tell you when I was a patrolman back in Maryville Precinct, not that long ago, I went to a party call at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was right off of 55th Avenue in Berkeley, which is about 2 miles from here. And it was your typical Friday night party like that occurs week after week, as we all know. And the kids were all there having a great time. Unfortunately, the wrong group of people showed up. And the next thing, we had a hot call on the radio, and there was shots fired at a party. Well, as I drove upon the scene, I immediately observed 4 kids between the ages of 14 and 17 lying dead in the front driveway of the house and in the front yard of the house. As I made my way up, you could see bullet holes were in vehicles parked around the house, into the house, and we located another 5 children who had also been shot. You know, it's just the fact of being out at curfew. I mean, it's just a late time in the morning. Yeah, these kids were having fun. It's something they do every weekend. But unfortunately, bad things happen sometimes late in the night. And a lot of times things happen when kids have used alcohol or drugs, and it impairs their judgment. And as a result, it changes their behavior. Unfortunately, for those 4 children who were dead, there was no recourse. They were just dead. I don't know if you have dealt with death much in your life, but the reality is we have to go and contact the parents. And I can't tell you how disturbing it is and how difficult it is to talk to mom and tell her that her 17-year-old daughter is dead or their 15-year-old son is dead. And all they thought, the kids were just having a great time at a party. Well, that's why we don't want kids out late at night, because things like this do happen. It's horrible what happens. Those kids were so terrified, they were absolutely horrified when the shots began to ring out. And they had no action to take. All they could do was run or hide behind cars. Those are things that those are things that you don't want to have in your life. And let me tell you, those kids will never be the same. Their friends died that night.